What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Trains of Lark show. I am your host, Trains of Lark here. We've got Trainman Dan, we've got Will 2926, we've got Wipeout, and we've got our amazing guest, Mr. Jim Bailey, probably the greatest O-Gauge custom scenery maker out there. How's everyone doing this evening tonight?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Phenomenal.
I see you're showing off that Western Pacific Pride tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Press left button to scroll through items. Press
Ooh,
right
all
button
right.
to select the item.
All right, here. So let's go ahead and we'll just dive in. Jim, how are you doing this evening?
Pretty good. Been freaking out. York is only in a couple days. I always leave everything to the last minute, pretty much.
I feel you on that part here.
I'm always
So
trying to create new things before the show because that's good feedback. Will, you didn't see Policeman Bill at Rocky Mountain, did you? I think that was after.
You know, I honestly, we talked about it, and I was shocked how busy it was. Because I've never been to York, but I was shocked, because it's our York in the West. I was
Right.
shocked how busy everyone was during the Rocky Mountain Train Show. I mean, you and I had an amazing interview, but everyone was interviewed. It was a long show, a long weekend, but yeah, I did not see it. So I was actually going to ask if we could see it tonight.
that's all right here. So let me go ahead and let me get this set up here. All right here. So we put you in the spotlight tonight. So let me see. Hold on here. Let me see if I can at least get this. Okay, apparently my logo decides it doesn't want to cooperate, so I apologize, Dan.
I was going to say you might be able to move it to the left corner.
That's what I'm trying to do here. Actually, you know what? There we go.
There we
go. All right, Jim. So before we go ahead and we get started with your animation, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm an engineer by trade. Started out as a mechanical engineer, and most of my life I've been sort of in robotic type of companies. So my last job was basically making robotic blood processors that, like Quest and all the people that you get your blood tests get done. Essentially, they would move liquids around and they would carry trays around, and just was all automated kind of stuff that happens in these big laboratories. So I learned.
Oh, did you lose
Say that
Electrical and for engineering.
We might be having a little bit of potato Wi-Fi.
Did you lose me?
Yeah, we briefly lost it, but we got you back.
You almost lost me? Okay. I'm on my phone too over here. Is that a problem?
No.
No.
Shouldn't be.
No.
Yeah. So theoretically, so you've been kind of a. Did we?
Did we lose him again?
He must have a Wi-Fi dropout or something.
No, he's got that potato Wi-Fi.
Oh, no.
Oh, his Wi-Fi must have went out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Let me see if
There we go. Hold on.
I switched to 5G. Sorry, I was on the 2.4G. I think it's
yeah,
Wow.
we're good now, sir.
Is it better?
Oh, yeah.
Should be-
Much
Oh,
better.
I mean, I have fiber optic, but whatever. Yeah. So
Anywho, you were saying.
yeah, basically, I kind of know all the engineering disciplines required to do this kind of job. So I can do the electrical engineering, the software, as well as the mechanical. So, and pretty much the stuff I do now is not unusual to what I did in my career in the past. And then about 5 years ago, maybe now, I switched careers to be a full stack engineer, which means that I was on the web with all the stuff like that, cloud storage, all that kind of thing. I was really bored, but I use a lot of it for my business now. So that's why all my products have web pages attached to them. So when you run if it's a web enabled device, it'll have a web page as well. So
Okay.
now I'm kind of just having fun. I mean,
That's right.
I'm an older person now, and so I'm just doing this for fun. I mean, it's a good business, but I'm not in it to make money really. I'm in it to just create cool stuff. And I think I have like 25 products now.
And they're all great.
Wow.
It started out with the Feller, and then I had a crappy Lightning that never really sold well, but now the new Lightning does. I think Steven just put it up on his channel. He has a Lightning. I think that's me. He bought it from me at Allentown. So Stephen Corfrell, that's in Long Island. I don't know if you know him.
Oh, Stephen,
I know him.
great guy.
He just posted something.
Very familiar.
I'm pretty sure it's my product. I don't see any lightning bolts in it though. But yeah, it's good.
He
meeting.
modified.
He modified it. Yeah, it has bars and bolts. He probably didn't put the bolts up yet. I don't know, but it sounds better than I remember it sounding. So
I really enjoyed it over at the Rocky Mountain Train Show. I thought it sounded great.
the lightning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, my favorite part is I like how you integrated all the light features, but not only like it's not just like a big flash, but it also kind of like dims. Like so, it's very. I'm gonna say prototypical for a lightning storm, but yeah, like it's not just a big flash. It fades and stuff like that, which is great.
Yeah, there's other modules I want to do, and I wanted to do a tornado, but then I saw that really bad meme where there was a tornado coming out of the sky, and there was all sorts of jokes.
This
Oh,
Maybe I'm not going to do that.
I know which one you're talking about.
one that like the one that like enters down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, no.
I'm like, no, I can't do that. I mean, I'm very sensitive to my clients. A lot of them are older, and like my outhouse, I was going to have swear words and really dirty stuff on in the R-rated tracks. And I thought that's great. The F-bombs learned by my client's grandson from my product. No, I can't do that. So a similar thing with the tornado. It's like, well, once that meme's out, it's like, I can't do that now. I can't do that product.
Well, you could do it better. You could do it better.
How can I do it better without it being people joking about it?
I'm trying to
No,
actually
no.
For one, we'll have like a giant dust storm right at the bottom of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like the guy from the Oklahoma City train show, he was trying to like get everybody to go to his show down in Oklahoma City. They have a tornado, but it's on the ground. So it's on the ground. I don't know if you've seen that video. Yeah. And then I always plan. So basically the Lightning's a cool product because each module is intelligent, so to speak. So that's why in what you saw, Will, the different things were going off. The software
Right.
knows what those are, right? It knows what a bolt is. It knows what a bar is. And the bar is basically the light strip, but it's encased in a plastic housing. I was planning on doing witches and Santa Claus and other things. I just haven't done it.
not yet, which is
Not
great.
yet.
Correct. And now that I have I have new technology I've created. I don't know if I have it here. Yeah, maybe I do. Yeah. So I know this one looks like a monster, but basically this is so basically the way the NeoPixels work. And I don't know if you know what NeoPixels are, but you can buy them on Amazon. Just type in NeoPixels, and it basically takes 3 wires, power, ground, and then the center one is data. But the cool thing about NeoPixels is it will strip out the previous pixel in this float chip, and it'll send the rest of the data down. So it doesn't matter how long it is. It could be thousands of lights long. The electronics here just kind of strip the data out as it goes down. So it doesn't have to know what address it is, because the lights coming from, I guess, on this end, they basically would be 1 pixel less, because this little board here, that little chip, think of that as a pixel, but it actually can drive LEDs directly. But what I'm doing with this is, instead of doing LEDs, I'm doing opto isolators here. So this can actually communicate over the light string to the Raspberry Pi. So that's a cool new technology I'm creating. Nobody's ever done it, I don't think. But
This is awesome.
I think if you ever saw Ray's channel when he was at Amherst, he made the figures move.
Yes.
Kiosk, and that's done by this device, because you can send commands over the light string.
Awesome.
It's probably novel, but I don't patent anything. Everything's open source with me, because I
Really?
will encourage people to just use the technology. Of course, we're in a very older crowd in the O gauge, so nobody's really took me up on it.
Oh my, no! Oh gosh, we already got the comments coming in here.
Oh, do we?
I've heard of
Oh, come on.
Plasma counters.
Very good, dude. Good. Yeah.
Claire says there's only one tornado, the tornado shoe.
The tornado shoe.
That's a Train Talk Tuesday reference.
That was an incredible event. I'll just say that was an event.
You speak so highly of it.
One of those type of events, like you had to be there to experience it, but it was like so just. Oh no!
Was this the last Train Talk Tuesday, or was it the one last week?
No, this was like a couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where like the whole thing with Uggs and shoes came in.
Right.
That's the thing that started the foot stuff. I don't know.
I still got the scene record. I still have it on my phone. There's like, hey, I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to see that.
Whoa. Hey, no. We're not going to do that.
Well,
but,
you know, like the best, what he could do is he could take advantage of that scene and just make a meme out of that.
I thought it was going to be a meme, but
I thought so.
The audio.
you know, hey, sir, we kept talking about that tornado thing, and now I'm starting to have ideas that I might send you a message. Maybe you can make it happen, and it involves smoke and a fan going really, really fast or something. I don't know. I think so. I honestly, looking at all your products, if you can do anything, honestly, at this point, like I never would have thought on my layout to have a Bigfoot, and I'm just like looking around. I'm like, I wonder what else of your stuff I can put on my layout.
Yeah, I have.
Oh gosh, what have I done? Look at some of these comments. I came to see trains just to hear feet talk.
Oh, come on, Matt. But
I don't
so
think you can see the Bigfoot's feet. He's just got a blob.
Oh, that actually leads us to a good segue here. So one of your accessories is the Bigfoot. So you want to share a little bit with that?
Yeah, Will, do you want to show your Bigfoot, or you?
yeah, I can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of disappear. So you're not just gonna look at the leather couch. So I'm gonna disappear. I have to go underneath the layout and then get them all good to go. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go squatch hunting. So
He's
You're right
getting the goodies.
Yeah, I can probably explain how Bigfoot happened. So basically, when I first started out, my products aren't cheap. They're pretty expensive because they're all computers. I mean, every single thing I make has some kind of computer attached to it in the form of a microcontroller or a single board computer, which the drive-ins have. They're basically computers. The drive-ins are complete computers you can log into, Linux computers. And my friend said, we need to get some entry point products to get people in, and then they'll be addicted and buy other stuff. And so what happened was, okay, how can I strip everything out that I can? And so the Bigfoot, as well as the fly fisherman, they don't have any of my electronics in them. I just use the microcontroller directly. Actually, I can kind of show how I construct this. Now, this is not exactly, this has my board on it, but let's say that didn't. So this is the Raspberry Pi Pico on the back. Oop, there we go. And so basically, if you notice on the back side, I have buttons. So this is my board, ignore that. Imagine I just solder the buttons directly to the Pico. So for the fly fisherman and the Bigfoot, I just solder these two buttons on. That's all I do. And then I solder wires for the servos. And that's it. It's just a Pico with two buttons and some wires soldered to it. And basically, I can make an animation that runs, many servos. But in the case of the Bigfoot, it's two. Fly fisherman, it's just one. So I was able to offer this product for $100 to get people in. And it's like those lower price products are more like you just put them on your layout. This, because it's a computer, you can set timer modes, and it can like move the servo like back and forth to indicate what mode you're in. So Will set his to only show up every so often because Bigfoot's obviously not showing up.
He pops up mysteriously.
Yeah, he pops up mysteriously. And also, since it's software based, you can have him do a few little different things. He does 3 different things. He kind of pokes out and is like, oh, I don't trust to come out from my lair or my hiding place. But he'll come out and because it's 2 servo motors, he moves like he's walking. So the second servo motor is doing this while it's going up on an arc. Is Will already ready?
So it takes him a minute here. So yeah,
Yeah.
Jim Gann said Bigfoot and Jack Link's good combo. Oh gosh,
I was thinking of doing like a Finding Waldo type thing. It probably would be painted as a different figure than Waldo because I can do that. Obviously.
Yeah, but then you have to create all the pages and actually make them all move.
Yes, I would have to make him move through the scene. He would have to physically be like Elf on his Shelf, I guess. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, all my code's online. It's open source, so you can play with it and stuff. But I haven't had any takers in that category because most of my clients are older. Another thing that's a problem with my products is that you have to have a layout, except for with my camera car, which I'm trying to get the network on. But anything that goes on the layout, obviously you don't need a layout. Well, you do need a layout to go on a layout. I don't know. You can buy a car.
Well, I mean, you could buy stuff just to see it work somewhere on a table or whatever, but still.
Well, I mean, so like a lot of people collect trains and they have lots of shelves and they might have a small layout, right, to run the trains they have. They can buy hundreds of trains, right, because there's lots of wall space.
Right.
Whereas
Am I in?
Yep, you're in. So what
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to transition it to where Jim and Will are the primary.
Okay.
All right. So give me just a second. Give me a second here. All right. All right. Bear with me a second here. So I'm trying.
Okay. You can see me.
Musical chairs at this point. Love it.
Someone's got potato Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
Well, it went.
Oh, I don't got it. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's like you're cutting.
Your
You're cutting in and
camera's
out.
not ready though.
It says device not connected.
Black screen of death.
The black screen of death. Also,
here.
Jim, I don't know if you
I'm
saw
here.
my brother's comment.
Yeah. So it's constantly disconnecting you, Will. But I'm ready. We're ready.
No, I'm here. You have to. No, I'm here. I feel like I'm a who and the horn here's a who. We're here. We're here. We're here.
Well, wait, where is
Okay,
your?
good.
Oh, wait,
Okay,
wait,
don't
wait,
touch anything. Don't touch anything. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
your camera's not on.
I can't see anything.
Well, we can't see anything, boss.
No, it's. Can you hear me?
Yes, there we go. Finally.
We've got an audio extravaganza here.
Okay.
Oh!
Yay!
How many fingers am I holding up?
One.
Okay. Goodness gracious me. All right.
Hey, your
So-
fingers more existent than Western Pacific, so hey, we'll give you that.
All right. So can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud
Okay.
and clear.
So let me set the stage, right? So when you come down, you see the Colorado skies, you see everything. I don't tell people anything. I wait for people to see. So if you visit the layout, you're going to get a cheat, but I'm not going to zoom in just yet. But we're just going to wait and see if something comes out. Hold on. Just wait. He's thinking. Oh, see, I don't know if you can see him back there. Just wait. I promise he's there. Sir, I really went all... Oh, there you go. Wait, hold on. Wait. See,
there he is. There he is.
Okay, cool.
Nice one.
I'm having trouble even seeing him. Happens when you're colorblind. Oh my gosh. Actually, okay, there
I
he is.
see it.
Okay.
There he is. There he is.
Yep. So,
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Oh.
okay, perfect. That's the shot. All right, so cool. So this is that product that we're talking about. This is the Bigfoot. In my opinion, between the Bigfoot and the filler, those are my two favorite things. And what you can do with this product is absolutely incredible. Like, did you see how I was having to look for it? Look, he comes out. He's like, oh, I've been seen. Let's see what he does. Hold on.
He's looking for what?
Oh, see, and then he walks away. It's incredible. It's incredible.
He came
So-
out because there was a Western Pacific fanatic here. That's why. He's looking for WP fanatics.
He lives along the Feather River.
Oh wait, hold on. Look, he's about to say hello. He's scared. He scares you. It's incredible. It's awesome. But see, like in this whole forest, he kind of gets lost, which is like a real Bigfoot. But you know, that's just such a highlight of his products. Like you can do so much with Jim's products and with Jimmy Train's animations. Like, and hey, sir, can you talk a little bit about how you can put it on a different timer? You can kind of program it and stuff like that.
Yeah, share us a little bit about this, Jim.
Yeah, so Will, when you were gone, I was explaining to the guys that I need to have some entry price products. So basically, the Bigfoot only uses the Raspberry Pi Pico and a few switches that you probably were pressing them on the low case.
Yep.
I just soldered those directly to the Pico itself and then put the two harnesses for the servo motors in. So it's a very simple build. And so, yeah, now he's going to be like, what are you doing? Anyway,
that's my favorite part.
Software-enabled products is you can do anything, right? I mean, he effectively could do other things, but he does 3 modes pretty much right now. And so to set, because you want him to not show up all the time, you can have him be continuous, or I think it's like 5 seconds, 30 seconds, random every 5 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
And the way you know what mode you're in is he kind of moves like one turn is continuous or not continuous, 2 turns is et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're off again, Will. Somebody has to wear his shoes.
Sure, I promise. I'm here.
It's disconnected.
The camera went dead.
I'm here, I promise. I'm a who.
I know you're there, but we just can't see you.
We are here. We are here. We are here.
You're disappearing like Bigfoot.
Okay,
Wait, who's
cool.
here?
I'll take that. No, it says it says I'm backstage again.
Oh, your main one's backstage.
Come on. Okay, good.
There we go. There we go.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to go backwards. Hello. I'm gonna attempt to go.
Highlight of the show.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just can't wait for when he starts looking back on this and we just tell him, hey, go to the scene where like at like 23 minutes in, and
There's a good soundbite material there.
oh yeah.
I feel so bad for Will. He's tried so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Disappearing like
No, we're here.
I see you now. We see you now.
We see you now. We see you now.
Oh my goodness gracious, man. This is insane.
When
This
this
is
live stream is
insane.
done, you need to
really hit
go
'em
back
good.
and just watch this scene, man. Because from our point of view, it's hilarious.
Dude,
Oh my
okay, so
God,
check
Lark.
this out. I'm the face of Potato Wi-Fi. Now I'm going to be the face of We Are Here, We Are Here, We Are Here. It's going to be insane.
Oh, it's just locked up again.
Oh, no. Okay.
Also,
Can-
Lark, look at Lady Lino's comment.
oh, no. Now my wife's in here?
What's this?
Wow. Oh, thanks, babe.
Are you like on your 5G instead of your house?
No, I'm on my Wi-Fi. I learned that Potato Wi-Fi. I took the AR comment. So, but here, okay, can you guys see, though? Can you see him moving?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
Brad, so my Instagram, Brad from Minneapolis, is saying my kids call me Boomer for this kind of reason.
Oh, no. I'm 31. I'm young, I
You're not
swear.
there yet.
Okay, so here, I do want to talk about one thing, though. So what's super cool about this product and a lot of Jim's products is the way that you can install them. So, like, I'm about to go underneath the layout. They really fit. I know it's a little. They really fit right there, and they don't take like a lot of room, and so you can do something really, really cool. And I love this product. I got to say, this is my favorite product. But I haven't bought the Feller yet. Which, Jim, here's the canvas. We have a logging railroad, and so I'm thinking right here. So that's where the Feller's going to go.
So that's what I was. So kind of a quick side note, Jim. Have you thought of doing like kind of like an animated scene of lumberjacks cutting down a tree?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so like there's all sorts of TAM expansion products for the products I already created. This is macabre, probably, but I wanted the tree to fall on the dog since the dogs are barking at it. And he would go, "Rrr, rrr, rrr." But then I told people about that, and they said, "Don't do that, Jim. That's me." I'm like, "Well, most of the time he'll run away. He won't get hit."
Oh,
But
that's
just-
an awesome shot.
Just the craft that you put into this is impressive. It's not just the animation, but the detailing of Bigfoot himself.
And the cool thing, you think about like things like cryptozoologists would probably want, like he peeks, like look, he's peeking. He doesn't want to like show himself.
He doesn't want to come out.
No,
In
he
fact,
doesn't,
it's
and
not the
it's
fact that
awesome.
the exact same pattern. Like one minute he may be like only partially, the other one he's fully through.
Yeah, that's what's cool about software. You just use what's called a random function, and so you have like a random number from 1 to 3, and so there's 3 different modes as you see, and there could be more. He could stop halfway and turn around too. I mean,
Oh, now I'm going to give you a lot of calls because I kind of have it on like a continuous, just because we have all these trains that are going on, and that's the thing. I don't really tell anybody. I don't really tell anybody about any of this. I wait for them to see, because they'll see like, oh, there's a wolf up there. Oh, there's a fox up there. And then what's crazy is I've had people come over, and then the first thing they say is, "What was that?" And they're like, "I don't know. What was that?" It's like, no, something
Well,
moved
he
in there.
blends
Like,
in so well too.
yeah, it's insane. Like I'm telling you, and the cool thing too, so they come in a blank canvas, and depending on what your layout is, like scenery, you can do anything that you want with any of his products. It's incredible.
thank
Like-
you. That's nice for you to say.
Oh no, I love this. Like, this is my favorite product that's on the layout, and it's awesome. Like, look at that. Are you kidding me? And look, he walks. My favorite part is where he like turns around and then he scares the heck out of you. But now he's like, I'm not gonna scare you now. All right, I'm gonna attempt to go back to my computer.
Well, thank you so much, Will, for showing that.
Yeah, I know. After the "We Are Here" as a Who and all that other stuff, but yeah, absolutely great product. I love it.
That should be a new T-shirt right there. Of "We're here, we are
Oh
here."
no!
We are
Okay.
here.
All right. I'll see you guys in a minute. Bye.
Thank you, Will.
Sorry, it's just I was thinking about. All right, I'm gonna attempt to turn around the camera. Cuts off.
But no, so while we're waiting for Will, there was one comment that it may not hurt to segue into a next part, and that was Dale Hudson says, "I met Jimmy at the LCCA convention screening. Can you ask Jim how it went when he tried to sell Lionel's amphitheater bandstand idea, and would you be willing to showcase that to us?"
Yeah, sure. I mean, so basically, I went to Scranton primarily not because of LCCA. I'm not a member, but Steamtown's up there, and I knew that Lionel will be there because basically that's their club, so they're going to show up. I like to go to shows where Lionel shows up, and they don't show up at York anymore because they go to shows over 10,000 apparently, which Rocky Mountain's just right at the margin of that, so they were there at Rocky Mountain. They're at Amherst, etc. Every time I see them, I bother Dave Olson and Ryan, but Dave doesn't come to everything. He only comes to Amherst. So I have like an NDA with them, and I'm like, well, Ryan, let's work together on some cool technology. And right before I brought the band shell up to him, he was talking about production and how they do production planning and how they decide what models to make. And he talked a lot about trains. And then he got to accessories and said, we don't do accessories anymore because it's the same amount of tooling. We don't sell a lot. You have to have space on a layout for accessory. So they don't have any new accessories really because, they don't create any new ones. A lot of cool ones were created in the 90s and 2000s. I have the sheet metal back shop, which cut my fingers to crazy, but it's really cool. So there was a lot of cool stuff happening in the past, right? The nuclear reactor, I have that.
Yes.
I've always liked accessories. And that's partly why I love doing this Jimmy Train stuff, because it's essentially accessories. But what I find is, my friend who comes on the show with me, he says, ask the person if they have a layout before you talk to them, because a lot of people just talk to you about anything. And if they don't have a layout, they don't really have a reason to buy my product, And I might be missing a customer or so. So I brought the band shell up to him. He said, Jim, you just listened to my seminar where I said we don't make many money in accessories. I'm like, but but you were going to do an MP3 player version and you didn't do it. They canceled it. I don't know if you know the history of that.
I think the Yankee Motors for it.
Yeah, the band shell is basically used to be a cassette player.
Oh, that's awesome.
And here's like the buttons. Of course, I tore all that stuff out, and then I have my own animations in it. I guess I could unplug my camera card, plug it in. So basically, my robot might be disobedient and like make weird noises, but so I don't know if you guys are familiar with my band stand, which has 6 characters, and it's in more of a modern like scaffolding type of band shell type thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at that like right now. So it looks
so this basically is the same tech, but it's in here. You see there's 6 characters. And wouldn't you know
The animator is now available on
Lino
the
has
network.
6 characters
Access type,
in their band shell, which kind of made it easy to do my band
in
stand.
your browser. Animations are now active.
So it's playing on. I gotta turn this
That's
off.
awesome. Are you kidding me? This is a
So I didn't put my spotlights in it. I just used their spotlights, which are crap. Don't listen to that bad robot. So they're all moving. I showed this to Ryan. Fortunately, the bad robot didn't make noise. It was just playing the Star Spangled Banner. It was really cool. But it's random right now. So he's like, he wasn't interested.
Oh.
So
What?
I ended up going and seeing the 4014 in Steamtown. Unfortunately, I got there when they were putting the train into the roundhouse. I got to see that go on the turntable, back up in the roundhouse. They started like doing whatever they do, maintenance and stuff.
Yeah.
Really, it was really cool. So going to Steamtown was worth it. They don't have a lot of good trains there, but they have a few. But so basically, this whole base, I just replaced their base with it. And actually, this is such a big part that's why I bought the H2D, was to build this thing to take to Scranton. But I did talk to Ryan about my Base 3 product. It was kind of interesting that.
Base 3 product?
Yes. I bring a lot of prototypes to the show. They're all at the show. The Base 3 product is basically a Raspberry Pi hooked up to the Base 3, and you can send it commands through what's called API calls, and you can run the Base 3, or the Base 3 can run my animations. And I said, this is all open source, Ryan, because TMCC commands are open source. I can't tell you about the legacy commands because that nullifies my NDA, which kind of is silly because, I'll keep on working on. I think they should open it up so people can play around with legacy commands as well. I know what they are, but I can't tell anybody about them. So my Base 3 product only supports TMCC right now, but I literally can drive a train with, what I can do with the Base 3, I can take my remote and I can remap commands to another train. So I can drive 3 trains with just one remote, because basically I just remap all the buttons because it's just software. That makes any sense?
We're finding out about this now. It's like the floodgate just opened on all this tech.
It's been around for a couple years. Well, so I'm a little bit ADD, so I'm always working on all sorts of things. So, Base 3 has been at every show since Amherst, when I first went to Amherst, which was going to be a year and a couple months ago. So that's when I first got the Base 3. But what's cool about the Base 3 is I also have a DCC product that I can use a DCC throttle and control a Lionel train. It's a lot of hardware to do that, but it's kind of fun. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. This is
so
great.
I can actually drive a Lionel train with a DCC throttle, which is kind of silly because it means you need to have a DCC system. You wouldn't have that normally. But really, the reason I was doing that is because Walthers was interested in my lighting product, and they wondered if it was doing DCC. So I did DCC. And I got some new products, new boards from China. This one here is you just solder the Raspberry Pi to that, And so they have an emulation for Arduino. Arduinos are expensive; they're like $30. And then on the back here is an optocoupler that you hook up to the track. And so there is a library that you can run an Arduino on a Raspberry Pi Pico. Thank you, Google lady. My camera car is restarting, so because I unplugged it.
It's a great product, by the way. Hope you bring that out.
So basically, this is a DCC decoder. It spits out to a RS-232 port, and it's a very cheap board. And a Pico is like $4. So like instead of having something that's $50 to do DCC right out to RS-232, this is cheap. Of course, I wouldn't sell it for that. Anyway. Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with optocouplers. So if you guys don't know what optocoupler is, just think about an LED that's hooked up to a phototransistor. Mm-hmm. And what's cool about that is anything that drives a LED can drive the signal. So that's how I get data across my NeoPixel string, is because I'm encoding the R, G, and B at different levels, which basically can encode some letters, so to speak.
I have a question too.
Go ahead.
One product I fell in love with was your lighting, where you can
lighting. Oh, lighting, yeah.
It was the city lighting.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we were talking about was, this is how I control my lights. This is the whiz lights.
Mm-hmm.
What if you came up with some? And I don't know if you're into app development, but like that could open the doors too, because you had that little game controller looking cell phone to control the lights, though, right?
Well, so basically, a lot of lighting systems like Philips Wi-Fi or Lifix, they have APIs, they're called, that you can connect to them using a computer. So I mean, these are all these Raspberry Pis. So they talk to my Lifix lights in the house, and if you notice at the kiosk, I changed the room lighting. Lifix are kind of touchy, but I've talked to other developers and they say Philips is much more reliable and they have great API support. So API is kind of like the commands you send over the internet to something. So basically, I can control the lights of the room for both with the city lights, so you can do a night to day animation, and then the NeoPixel lights on the that hook up to my NeoPixel technology basically can do the light control in your buildings. So like for example, this is kind of like an old prototype. It's supposed to have sound and lights. That you put this in a building, you can have like, let's say, a bar scene where the bar turns on, plays music or something. But then this board here plugs right into the Woodland Scenics boards.
The light feature boards. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, if you notice here, there's a pot here. This basically takes the 5 volts from the NeoPixels, turns it to 12, and that's what Woodland Scenics buildings need. Typically, they're usually 3 diodes in a series. That's why you need the 12 volts. So you just plug your just plugs in here. These are just standard JST connectors. So basically, I can control. And normally, a Woodland Scenics building will come with 3 lights. So this can control 2 buildings basically in O-Gauge. And then there's a Raspberry Pi Pico here that controls it. So this could be autonomous if you want. You could just send this commands and it would do its own thing. Yeah, so there's all different kinds of things I'm working on. And most of this technology is already in my products. Like that board is in the bandstand. It's a different board, but similar. Turns on the spotlights. That's how the spotlights turn on and off. I've kind of stuck with all NeoPixels. There's another pixel technology called WLED, but it takes 4 lines, and I'm kind of just standardizing on the 3-pin one because it's really easy. You just hook them in series, as many as you want, and then like after about 60 lights, you want to inject power. You could literally have thousands hooked up.
So Claire asks, is it RAM level expensive? So I'm not sure what she means by that. So
RAM.
Well, she means by the price of RAM currently.
Price of a RAM stick for a computer. No, Claire. It is expensive. You're getting probably a built to order item. It's not like it's what I'm reading on the website right now. It's you say you want to buy it, it has to be made first. So no, it's not a price of a stick of RAM, but it's still a hand built item. So take that with what you will.
Yeah, it's currently a hand-built item. I mean, most of this NeoPixel stuff that I'm talking about, Walthers was really interested. Travis from Walthers came to me in Rocky Mountain, actually. Well, the last Rocky Mountain was, and he's like, hey, we've got to work together. And then the tariffs happened, and so they were swamped with stuff. So we didn't really talk about it until Novi in Michigan. That's when we signed. No, we didn't sign the NDA till Train Fest with Walthers. And Walthers has since kind of backed off. They're going to do their paper catalog, and they weren't at Rocky Mountain. So I think they're probably financially trying to back off some of their developments, maybe, because I haven't really heard from them since. But the NeoPixel stuff is like open source stuff too. I mean, you can type it into the internet. You can find probably all sorts of code for it. I mean, like I said, all my code is open source. My electronic designs aren't technically open source, but all my code is, so anybody could pretty much copy what I've done.
Okay. And so speaking of some of your other things, so one of the things that's arguably your crown jewel, or one of your crown jewels, is your camera car. So if you want to take some time, if you want to show us how it works, like the car rolls, as well as the feature of it.
So Lark, I have my phone on. Is there a way to
see if you can go ahead and try to add it into the studio, and then I
will do that part. Yeah,
follow me. I'll just say that you might follow me.
Okay.
Oh, of course, his works.
I got to turn the.
You might have to mute someone. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
All right.
How do I do that?
You might have to. Yeah, so you probably would have to shut down your computer. No, you don't have to, but you can close your camera on the computer, or Lark can close it down as the host.
Yeah, you're good now. If you start talking, like I'm
on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
We hear you there, Jim.
Yeah, I have the microphone on the phone turned off, so it should work now. So you can see me, but I can reverse it somehow, I'm sure. I don't know.
Should be able to. There's an option for it.
That's what I thought, Dan.
I think, Jim. I think it's the. I think
I'll
it's
just
the.
do that instead. I'll just turn my phone around. Is that potato Wi-Fi though? Uh-oh.
No, it's no potato. If you just turn around, so if you touch the little camera, it'll say facing back. That's the way to do it. Hold on. I might not be the only one.
Uh-oh.
No, you're good. Don't worry. It'll just take some time.
Hang on.
Yeah. Let me change my phone to my Wi-Fi now.
That might work better, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you still see me on the other screen, the computer, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. So then I got it.
Yes.
All right, so you can see me better now?
I can see your face. There you go.
All right.
There we go.
I wish this thing would just mute. Darn it.
No, I've got it set up to where I have your phone muted, but your.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah, so I got you.
Maybe a way to make that bigger?
If you turn it sideways.
Oh.
We already tried that, but it wasn't working.
Oh,
okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I still hear something on my phone, though.
Hey.
It's because the audio is still playing through your phone speaker, so you'll have to turn it all the way down or something. Yeah. Well, so for whatever reason, like StreamYard, whenever you stream on your phone, for whatever reason, it goes on call audio, and you can't really turn it all the way off for some reason. So
what I've done is I've got controls to where I can turn someone's microphone on or off. So your phone camera's audio is off, but you on your Mac is open.
Right.
Why don't we just do this?
That works too.
There we go.
If there's a will, there's a way.
That's
no
right.
pun intended, Will.
And if there's no will, there's a won't.
All right.
No.
There you go. Now you can
burn.
All right. You won't see me, but you'll see everything
That's
else.
okay.
We'll take this. distraction out here. So if you guys are curious about what that noise was, I don't know if you could see the policeman bell. It's awful bright. So basically, so I know I'm not talking about the camera car here, but this is a new product here. This is a policeman bill. You see the billboard here?
Yeah.
And it takes these billboards. I'll have a billboard like something like "Welcome to Springfield" with nuclear reactors in it, but it's just magnetic. This will be shown at York if everything goes. So you see that's magnetic, and there's a little billboard on this side.
That's
But
cool.
then just imagine that Mario's getting arrested. He's driving too fast, right?
He killed too many Goombas.
Oh, that is awesome.
You see him?
Sorry,
Oh, that's cool.
wrong.
Oh my god.
TCA membership card and registration, please.
What? Oh shit!
Whoa, that is super cool.
I don't know if I'm going to play that at York. It'll probably be something a little.
Hey, let's run it again here, and just with us guys be quiet because it was a little hard to hear. Can you run?
No,
it
I
one
agree. I apologize. But holy cow, that was
Hey, Jim, can you run it one more time, and that way we can hear the audio of what he was saying?
I can point the speaker toward my computer.
All right, one more time.
Sorry, officer, was I doing something wrong?
TCA membership card and registration, please. Since you don't have a TCA membership card, I need to ticket you.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
that is so awesome.
It's just like
That was awesome.
just
That's
like
awesome.
basically with computers you can do practically anything. You know, it's like that's what makes this so much fun for me, and I'm a little addicted to it because I'm supposed to be building inventory for York, which I did build some fellers, and I should be building some outhouses, but I'm working on other stuff like my career cars, but I'll show you that after we talk about the camera.
So Jim, that reminds me. I looked at your outhouse where like, you know, the dude's basically doing business and he just shoots off from his stool basically. I'm like, I gotta get that one.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so
if
basically,
I can find a place.
not blaming Will, but because his head keeps on breaking off anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you notice his head was broken off when you were driving him?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like that on the layout. I didn't see any severed heads.
Yeah. So basically, there's the director, and I know they're painted the same color because I'm lazy. But anyway, there's the director, and he turns only just for fun. I mean, it's not like he needs to. But I fixed this. I basically changed him out. Now I got a new one on there, but he's magnetic.
Oh, good.
Oh, sick.
So when I go to York, I'm going to pack him up in bubble wrap or whatever. So basically, let me drive the camera car. I don't know if we can show my screen. I'd probably not, right?
Well, you probably can.
I don't know how you share screens on this. Can you share screens?
I mean, if you want to just turn on like your
I got my share screen.
if you want to turn on like your phone screen, but I have it muted.
I shared the screen.
Oh,
Okay.
Whoa! Look at that.
It's
So
awesome.
Basically, I just have the I shared the camera screen. So
Yeah.
let's start.
Yeah. This is like perfect.
Yeah. Let's see.
He went through this whole thing with me. It is fantastic. It's
All right, well, let's watch Will's video. Let's do that.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, the two videos that you did, Will, I thought you did more.
I thought I did more, but so the day that we had the car, we only just did test runs and everything, and then we got so busy and everything. Honestly, what I kind of wanted to do is I'm going to send you an email because we got invited to Depot Days and see if we can borrow the car and do some
The
pretty.
quality is really good on this too.
It's 60
Yeah.
second.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
I got to confess that ChatGPT helped me with the footage or with the code. When I was at Larkin's house, I just had it streaming to the device. So if you notice, it is stream. Oh, let me make it. It is streaming to the device here. And I have that set to a lower FPS because it's just a Raspberry Pi small computer.
What's impressive about this angle is just the fact that it does feel like you are like actually on the train. Like it doesn't feel like it's
that
Oh, and you just see it coming around the curve like that.
Yeah, that's the money shot. Of course, Kevin didn't like that when I said that at Larkin's house. But
no, the bridge didn't like it.
I understand what I meant, but everybody knows that's a train money shot.
No, it was awesome, and that product is so incredibly great because of what you can do. I'm gonna let you talk about it.
That's so cool that you can do.
It's great. It's great, dude. I promise you. When he took me through this, it was amazing.
Well, let's point him to Policeman Bell. I don't know if I can get him over there. I can keep on turning the car. Okay, there he is. So we can go ahead. So now basically you can see that the exposure is kind of crap because it's really bright. So I can just rotate this over here to my regular wall. Let's just say that's pretty standard lighting or whatever. That's probably pretty good. So then we can go to exposure and we can lock that in.
Scroll up, Jim, so we can see the screen a little. Just scroll up.
Just a little. There we go.
Yeah. So I was just showing you that. So we have different settings, but basically I lock the exposure because the problem with cameras is they auto focus and they auto expose, which is not necessarily always what you want to do because it changes as you go down the layout. So now it's exposed properly. So when I go to this guy, you'll see that the background's not black anymore, right?
Right.
Even though my NeoPixels on the animated billboard, those are all NeoPixels, by the way. That's why they can change to. So we can just basically go here, and we can focus once. So you can see it focused into the billboard and in Mario. So then we can go ahead and start recording. Now it doesn't record audio, just video.
Sorry, officer, was I doing something wrong?
I didn't realize Mario was
TCA
female,
membership card and registration, please.
I love that.
If you don't have a TCA membership card, I need to ticket you.
I need to ticket you.
Yeah, I'm not going to play at York. I mean, I have probably the best place in all of the
Orange bless County. Kevin's heart if that actually happens.
I'm in the center, so basically,
I hope you
yeah, Debbie Grusher is a great lady. So I got to say, the Eastern Division is so well run, and there's such good people in that division. I mean, I know that a lot of people conflate York with just the broader organization. They're totally different things. So, so you can see that basically put a thumbnail for that recording there. And that recording actually happens on the car itself. That's why the quality is good.
Yeah.
So you can see, look at how sharp Mario is.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
This is sharper than some of like the regular digital cameras and cameras on smartphones.
Yeah, so it's a Raspberry Pi 3 camera. If anybody wants to look that up, it's their latest version of their camera. I think it can do 1080p. I haven't done the software to do Raspberry Pi Camera 3.
I think I know what Wipeout's doing right now.
Hey, listen, man. I'll tell you right now. When you take photography, as serious as this thing does right here, you'll look at stuff like this.
Yeah, so
I see.
I sold 3 of these so far. Right now, the orders are turned off because I want to save that for York people. The way I operate is if somebody puts a pre-order, it goes in the order that was gotten, kind of thing. So I want to kind of save that for. We can look at my messy layout room. Now I'm embarrassed, but yeah, I built this layout. Started 3 years ago, and then Jimmy Trains happened. Oops. So I haven't. If you notice this little panel here on the wall, that's actually controls the LifeX bulbs too. I'm using, but I can control the LifeX bulbs downstairs. I think I can show that here. So basically, I'm doing a night to day animation. So the camera card itself can control LifeX bulbs as well. So I turned this down. I turned this to blue when I was upstairs taking this picture, whatever. Yeah, and you got a spotlight. I don't know if you know about the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
Should I turn it back to my computer somehow? Can you see both of the things? Or I'm sharing my screen. You probably can't see me anymore, right?
I mean, you're in the top left.
Oh, I am? Like,
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, we got also a light bar here, and so we can turn that on. It was broken with Will was there, but it was a software problem.
Okay.
I think I broke the software.
Wow.
So there's a light bar. You can do, and it's really bright lights. It's the same lighting technology I use on the bandstand. So you get a red light, so you can do some fun stuff with a red light. You can put green in. And of course, all my animations have to have some music. And that's Santa Claus reading to you, but you can't hear him.
That's awesome.
That's actually the code that's on my trolley product, which people love putting around their Christmas tree. The fortunate thing about software is that you basically reuse it on a lot of things. You know what I mean? But what's cool about the light bar is it's so intense, so you can do some cool scenes like this where you're lighting something up. If that makes any sense. It's really fun to play with, and you don't even have to be in the layout room. You could just be,
Well, one thing that I really liked about it though was how much you can do with this car. Like,
you can also take stills. Sorry, Will, for interrupting.
No, you're good.
Like stills, and these are like 5,000 pixels by whatever. It's much bigger than the camera.
See, that's another thing. You could take stills. I just learned something. But when we were at Rocky Mountain, Jim brought this over to SlickX, and every member that was there, like Rick, Wayne, like Ken, Dwayne, everyone was just in awe of like how awesome this was. And it was incredible. It was awesome, but like it's so easy to do. Like you can do the focus, you can zoom with this camera. Like you saw how I was able to zoom, and it's very, very, smooth. And I think what was really cool was the frame rate with the 60 FPS. That was really cool, but was the memory. How many gigs are you getting with that car, Jim?
Yeah, so it has like a 32 gig. So like Raspberry Pis run basically on an SD card, and it has a 32 gig SD card. Most of it's the operating system. The cool thing about Raspberry Pis, I geek out on you guys. It's basically a full Linux computer. A Raspberry Pi Foundation wanted to give a $15 computer in everybody's pocket in the world, so everybody could have a computer. It go anywhere from $15 up to like $100, but it's a full-fledged computer. I mean, if you notice here, there is a port here for the HDMI monitor. And then you can plug in your keyboard there. That's how I got the credentials on it. So this one actually uses the smallest Raspberry Pi that you can get, the 2W, but I wanted it small so it looked like the TV card, the Lionel TV.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's an incredible car.
I kind of had chills on it after ChatGPT helped me get it good, like the 60 frames per minute. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. Because what I had before was good, but not so good. I mean, it was like crazy.
It was okay, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was 15 frames per second. Sometimes, depending on the Wi-Fi connection, it would chop. Because when you press record, it records to the 2W itself in here. And the 2W is only this big. It's crazy that you can have a full-fledged computer in such a small footprint. Now, of course, the whole bottom of the car has lots of stuff in it because the cable for the capped-on cable for the camera kind of slides back and forth in each channel. So there's room needed for that. And there's a bunch of wiring under here for the little. Of course, you have to have the director turn. I mean, one of the things I do, and people say, "Oh, could you take that out of the product?" And I said, "No, my product's supposed to be fun." And so, the director can look at you, and then he can make some quotes.
A film is, or should be, more like music than like fiction. It should be a progression of moods and feelings. The theme, what's behind the emotion, the meaning, all that comes later.
Now, I don't know if Sikorsky wrote that, or there's a bunch of famous directors on it. I don't know if you could even hear that. It's not very loud.
It was good.
It was pretty clear. Yeah.
It's like it's all my products. Like one of the visions that I have for my company is I want people to have fun, you know, and none of my stuff is really inexpensive. It's like I try to go as much as I can to make it the best thing it can be, and every one of them is kind of like a kid to me. It's like they're these creations that go out, and sometimes these Pinocchios are really bad. And they like fuck up or oops, sorry, screw up. Sometimes my products can be like they're so complicated and sometimes they're bad. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Send that back. That kind of sometimes happens. I don't know why. Like you heard it on Bandshell. I'm like, where is that coming from? You know, not all of them do that, so I don't quite understand. But yeah, but every one of them I pour my heart into when I create it, and I try to make it the coolest thing I can. So that's why when I redid the camera car after I saw you, Larkin, at your house, I don't think this guy moved. But I was like, why not? I can make him move it. You know, servo motor is easy to put in, you know. So now the guy moves. So it has basically 4 servo motors in it. And I had to do my own custom hat. So like I do a lot of boards. I showed you a bunch of them already. I think I've done 22 board designs. That's fun too, creating a board. I don't know if anybody knows about board design, but you can get a program called KiaCAD, which is free. And you can lay out your own board, send it to PCBWay or send it to JSCB over in Asia. And, you know, within a couple of weeks, you'll have a board and you can play around. I mean, and they can be relatively cheap. If you guys want to play around with electronics, just download KiaCAD. It's open source and you can create your own designs. And there's lots of tutorials online.
Oh, I'm looking at footage from Larkin's house on that video, and it's so cool to see the evolution in this product. I mean, it's gonna like look a little crazy, but are you kidding me? It's so cool. It's here. Hold on, let me try one more time.
Oh, remember how I had to take the bridge off just because of how
it would yeah, I mean, what you see there, the director, you can see he's solid. He's not movable.
He didn't move.
There I am controlling it with my phone.
Yeah, that was
incredible. Here's the money shot, and then Kevin's like, stop.
That was such a great. That was awesome.
Yeah. And then I guess the newest thing that I'm working on is Career Go. So let's see here.
A what?
All changes complete. Animations are now active.
Slot cars.
Basically, with the Career Go, I use the throttles as buttons. So most of my products are standardized in the way they're used. They're always 2 buttons, typically a left and a right button, I call them. And so then basically this guy.
Main menu. Press left button to scroll through items. Press right button to select the item.
This is awesome.
Sounds. Volume settings.
So you got all these
web page options.
I'm going to go.
Add my sounds or animate them. Okay. Exit this menu.
Okay.
All changes complete. Animations are now active.
So then.
Yeah, I see this now.
Oh my God.
I use a lot of the same sounds on all my products, but now
that's kind of cool. They're just kind of stopping at random.
Is that too loud?
No.
Well, that's good.
No, perfect.
Now you notice the cars are dancing to the music because all my animations are time-based. So you kind of like you mark where you want something to happen, and then you put some commands. So it just started stopping the cars.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna say this. Come on,
I'm gonna show you this at York.
So before we go any further, so Jim, you to those that are tuning in, you will be at York next week. Everything that we see here will be available.
Yeah, these are prototypes. So Policeman Bill is a prototype. That's been in development for almost over a year. it ended up morphing into my dinosaur ride, which nobody wants, but I might still bring it to work. So basically, what Policeman Bill needed was motor control, and I wasn't controlling high voltage motors before. But that so basically, I bought the car from Henning's Trains when I was visiting them last year, just like a month after Harry passed. So I visited their shop, and Bill and I were talking. And he said, "Hey, why did you put like a Williams car behind a billboard?" I said, "Yeah, I'll call it Policeman Bill." So it's named after Bill Henning.
Oh,
great family, by the way. Finally, I'm making it now. I think it's going to be fun. But then, that led to other things. So like my animated trolley, I know motor control. So my animated trolley came out of that. The incline came out of that because that has motor control in it. So like now the motor controls are now controlling Carrera cars. So I'm gonna switch it over to throttle mode.
All changes complete.
Now I can drive the cars.
Oh my God.
So basically what will happen if you drive the cars too fast, they'll say, "You're over the speed limit, you get a ticket," and they'll stop the car and arrest you or something like that. So that's all software, right? I haven't done any of that. I just got the hardware working. But this was a battery-powered set, and I ripped out the compartment, and it gave me enough room for my electronics. I don't know if you can see my electronics.
This is great.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
This is incredible.
Phenomenal.
Anyway, I shouldn't probably mess with my computer like that. But yeah, so this will be at York as well. My friend convinced me to get a 10 by 30 booth. I expanded 10 feet. So I'm going to have a layout space in the front. Oh, gosh. Oh, well.
Hey, slot car classics.
Yeah, so those are Carrera go-karts, which they're basically 143 scale. So they're basically O gauge. And they're pretty inexpensive. So I'm really excited about that. I was spending yesterday and today on this. I got stuck because it wouldn't work because the cars have some capacitors and resistors in them. I just ripped those out and then they work. So yeah, I guess that's those things.
Yeah. So you want to tell them about your big your incline, arguably your most ambitious project?
Yeah, I mean, we probably should just look at that on the web because I don't have it. Obviously, most of the cars still packed from Rocky Mountain. I didn't bother unpacking it because most of the display's there. But if you want, Larkin, you can like go to Jimmy Trains and show people. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So what's the website called? JimmyTrains.com?
Yep.
But Claire brought up a pretty good question because we just found out about this. We talked about a dino ride. There's a dino ride? What?
Yeah, so basically, I bought the cars for Policeman Bill, and I got the cars running on like a Williams track. Because you can buy, so like basically, if anybody's interested in this electronics, just go to adafruit.com. Everything that I've done here, you can buy there. Some of them I incorporate in my own designs, but they're a great company run by a great group of people. So if you're interested in playing with stuff, just go to adafruit.com, and they got all sorts of boards, and they're reasonably priced. Like for example, the motor boards I use are like $9.
Okay. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this one right here. So this is incline.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about this as I'm rolling this.
It's kind of muted right now, Lark.
Yeah, it's not showing. It says
It's not showing the.
You can get the cars in the middle if you want. And yeah, it's not showing the video, at least not in like what?
A quiet moment above the battle.
You should be able to see the car. You should be able to click on that screen and make it full screen. See the little arrows there?
What's up?
See the arrows on the right? No, go over.
This?
Go over. Yep. There you
go. Okay, so you could hear it.
But
now it's not.
I can hear it, but it says click exit full screen. That's weird.
The bell?
I know.
You can basically turn the lights on. Now the lights are all on. You can do some basic functions. You can do the closing door sound. So what I'm showing there is you can drive the incline yourself with your phone or computer. You turn the dials. not sure what's going on, Larkin.
Larkin, we cannot see
You
it.
can kind of see where the encoder positioning is.
So you guys can't see?
No,
That's
so,
Oh, we
Can't
can't
see.
see it.
so time out. You have a MacBook.
Do I have to exit sharing screen? Maybe I'm.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might be able to zoom into the web browser itself.
Zoom into the web browser just like
Okay.
you can on an iPhone. If you have a MacBook.
So if you're in Chrome, if you click the right,
There you go. It's working.
No.
There you go.
It's working.
It's getting better. It's getting
Cold, warmer,
That's-
hot, burning hot.
click away the
Oh, yeah, just
click away the cookies.
7 drops
Yeah.
through the.
There he goes.
There
This
we
better?
go.
There you go. Absolutely.
A lot better.
I'm going to start this over just so that way.
What the incline is.
That's okay.
With your phone. So you can see that I got a computer screen and that's a throttle that moves the. So all my products that have motors in them, like even these cars, will have that. So if you want, and then you can go ahead and play some comments, like what.
A quiet moment above the bustle. This spot always grounds me, ironically.
Get it? Grounds me. The bell. You can basically turn all the lights on, and now the lights are all on. You can do some basic functions. You can do the closing door sound. Which is fun. You can kind of see where the encoder position is of the cars, as well as you can get the voltage of the power supply. Right now we're at 986. It's 12-volt power supply. If you subtract the 2.7 drops through the rectifier diode, that's 1.4. So you're getting about the 12 volts that you expect. What's cool, you can drive the cars around and play around with that. And then you have a demo mode, which you can go into the animation section and you can play the demo, which basically tells you about the incline. So we're going to go up to demo here. We're going to play demo.
Is our most elaborate animator yet. It features computer-controlled car motion.
So that will be playing at the show. You'll see that it's continuously going through these different animations just to show you it. So it's Atlas track, and then those little dots in the middle, those are all neopixels. So they dance to the music and stuff.
This is impressive.
It has 48 individually addressable.
It's incredible. I promise you. When you see it in person, it's bananas.
And like the shippable product actually has lenses over all those lights in the top. It's a lot more cleaned up than the prototype.
There are lights in the upper and lower house.
And like the house has 6 different controllable sets of lights, I think, as well as the gates turn red and green. You can see that you got the lights and neopixels in the middle. I don't know if Travis is on, but he does lots of cool stuff. I don't know if he uses WLED or neopixels. I'll have to ask him next time. I don't know if you're familiar with Travis from Susquehanna Valley. He does all that cool stuff with lights.
I like the party mode where they meet in the middle and they have a party.
Yeah, I don't know if I show this on this demo. This is when I was at Timonium. Yeah, so like when I was where was I? Novi, I think. I had some like heat damage on the product, so I had to switch to instead of cardstock, I had to use everything's laser cut wood on the incline.
Yeah.
So all the materials were upgraded. The little kite guy is a lower price product. It's kind of in the ilk of Bigfoot, a little more expensive though. But and then I have the rising flag that waves at the top.
Oh, where the wiggle? Oh no! Wait! The rising flag. That was
so the rising flag came first. The wiggling flag came from an N scale customer. He's the one that said, "Hey, could you make them wiggle?" And I thought, "Oh, I'm a Woodland Scenics dealer. Why not?" So I can buy the stuff from Woodland Scenics and modify them. So that's I buy the flags and then put them on a servo motor and they just wave. I think if you scroll down, Larkin, you can see that.
The flag one?
Oh, you keep on going. Yeah, there you go. There's the rotate.
Yeah, the wiggle. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So basically, the Woodland Scenics flag comes with a light. So I just hooked that light up into my electronics, and then I hook a servo motor up, and then I kind of push the flag into a wooden grommet, so to speak, a U-joint. So basically, I use ChatGPT to write code for that too, so it is a realistic motion. It said, "Hey, do you want me to use physics?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And it did a waving action, but it almost was like hurricane waving action, so I had to slow it down.
Tornado.
No, you should like have a couple modes where it sets it at different like weather scenarios. Like one's slow and then the other one's like a tornado where it just goes, you know.
Yeah,
I kind of want to get this one. This one I kind of want to get. You guys got to watch this. This
Apparently,
is
Newt
fantastic.
says I
The
look like
sound on this one is super nice, super crisp.
You're not supposed to light a pack in a methane filter. It's a joke.
So one thing I will say, Jim, you got to put some how would I describe this? Just really loud fart noises.
Yeah, so like basically I was describing this earlier. I don't know if you were on the chat at that point when I told you about that the outhouse has G-scale PG and was going to have R-rated. And I didn't want my customer's grandson to learn the F-bomb with my product. So it's now called customer folder. And you can put whatever you want in that. I actually haven't had anybody do that because I don't explain how to do it. But he said, and like the jokes, there's various jokes on there. Like one of them's like, sometimes the coupons are not worth what comes next.
Oh, is this?
The guy lays out a fart. You know, it's
That's actually, I'm going to watch this video whenever.
Oh, that's not be good.
It's been a very popular product, and I've actually had customers tell me, "Hey, my friends hate trains, but when I told them I had an exploding outhouse, we got drunk downstairs." It's kind of like people.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, I'm gonna order one of these.
Now, Sean, you guys, Sean is on next of Sean's Train Depot. He actually modified it to have his voice on it.
Yeah.
Then he sold all his trains.
I know.
That's him right there. So he bought it the first year I made it. You might
How-
have to buy him up.
I don't know how he was able to do that, but that was too cool. And then this product, Jim. Oh, scroll back up. This product. Remember, we were at Rocky Mountain, and I thought, oh, it was a dad and his son.
Yeah.
And
so
you're like,
a lot
no,
of people-
that's HO and N scale or HO and O scale. But then you were thinking, oh no, that could be a good idea to do father and son.
Yeah. People have been suggesting that for about a year now. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, there's TAM on a lot of the products. Like, for example, you mentioned the feller. You could have a whole lumberjack crew cutting down many trees, whatever. They could fall on each other or something.
You have to exit Larkin because it says click to exit full screen.
Oh,
There you
sorry.
go. No, you're good.
That's okay.
See, yeah, so this was great because Kat was super interested in this, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, look, they're my boys on the layout." And I was like, "He actually was thinking about doing that."
Here's the lightning.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, this.
No, I was
lightning
gonna say,
strike-
like, at least with the fishing one, it almost looks like they're fly fishing rather than actual fishing.
Yeah.
that came from Brian Inch. I don't know if you know Model Rail Scenes, which is like the layout builder at York at the I guess it would be the east end of the hall, whatever is toward the other halls. He has a nice display there. His name is Brian Inch. He's the one that asked for the flying fisherman, and he like a week before, I don't know, York 2 years ago or something like that. He's like, "Jim, just make it, bring it, and I'll just put it on my layout." I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever." So I like made the parts because like some of these things are really easy. It's just like a servo mount and like a little turntable, which is a pretty simple mechanical parts, only 2 parts. So I took it with me and then I programmed it in the hotel and gave it to him the next day, and then everybody loved it. So then I made it a product. So
All right.
So, Lark, real quick.
Yes.
Look at Captain Andy's comment.
I'm gonna look at it.
where
too.
is I don't see comments. Is there oh,
Very bottom there, right there. He said he's interested in a camera car.
Awesome. Down for a camera car. There you go.
There you go.
Woo!
Oh, and by the way, if anybody's
Sales.
from New York
Sales
and
up
they don't
there.
have something, it's free shipping if you buy it at York.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Put fire under my butt to
Woo.
build stuff.
What about if we live in Colorado and we wish we were going to York and we're friends.
Ooh, here's the lightning.
Well, I also offer military discount. Well, you know that. I told you.
There, he's got you hooked.
I'm guessing there's no shot of a California discount.
You live in California. That
Lark, we do not need. We do not need. We do not need a.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I have an idea. Jim, got a question. Do you have a railroader discount?
I have club discount and military discount. I don't know what a railroad discount.
Okay. All right. I figure I'd throw that out.
Yeah, I offer.
And here's City Lights.
As well as
This product is great.
Yeah, this one actually is on display at Dork. So this one actually does the right thing. My lightning, I didn't get a good shot of it. I mean, Will, you have a great shot of the lightning in your video. Much better.
No, it was
I keep on forgetting to do it.
This whole product right here can transform a layout.
And when it gets to dusk, which is more of a blue light,
So you can see it's controlling the light bulbs. That's how it's
getting darker and darker until it gets to midnight. You'll see that a bunch of other things in the city start starting up, like the bar and
it's incredibly good.
And other things turn off, and then basically somebody's driving from the bar. They get in their car, and then the police are.
I did not see that. Are you kidding me?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I got a wicked sense of humor, I suppose.
Oh my gosh!
All right,
I did not see that part at all. That was awesome. Oh my gosh!
We'll do the outhouse one more time because since that one was real popular in the comments.
Apparently, Newt says I look like the guy in the toilet.
Or that candle just went out. I need to relight.
And they're all AI generated voices. There's a line where the guy says, I have this one AI voice I really like because he's like got a really deep voice. He says, I can handle the heat like any man, or something like that when he's up on the pillar of fire. It's pretty funny.
Well, so Jim, real quick, at least for like some of your products, you can add some of your own voice lines and sound effects?
Yeah, I mean, so basically how the outhouse works is it has 3 folders. One is G-rated, one is PG-rated, and one is customer tracks. And if there are any files in that folder, it'll just play when you choose customer tracks, and you can make it really offensive if you want. I haven't actually put a video out to how to do that. Basically, if there's a file there and it follows the right format, it will just find it and use it. I think the files are like name woman 1, 2, 3, whatever, and man 1, 2, 3, and then alien. So the alien doesn't fart. He just says, I was at the planet and this human asked me to pull his finger. I'm leaving. Something like that. And like everybody, my friend in particular says, why do you always put aliens in your products? I'm like, I think aliens are cool.
They're fun.
Yeah. So the outhouse comes with an alien, and he's kind of like, well, the O-Gauge one, the HO doesn't.
Aliens are
clear, so like when he's talking, the NeoPixel makes him green in the back, and then he like actually uses the outhouse as his transport portal where his spaceship comes out of it. So it goes. He doesn't fart in it. He's just using it to take off.
Oh, that could be a really good product, though, Jim.
All that.
Yeah, Christmas in the Park was a dud, and it's a beautiful product. I have it on public displays. One person bought it for Solomon's Island, and the public loves it, and it made it on the Washington News. But it's too casino-y for high rail, right? It's like plexiglass, beautiful, glowing, beautiful music, but nobody really has snow on their layouts. When I was talking to Brian, he said, I've done one Christmas layout out of the 99 I've done, and it was just in a 4-foot corner of the layout. The rest of it was
I gotcha.
Everybody likes doing grungy transitional period because you can do diesel and steam on the same layout.
Here's the outhouse for anyone that's interested in it.
I have a potential idea that I can either say right now or I can text you. Because, I mean, this is not proprietary, but I have an idea.
Military.
No.
Military.
I was gonna do like fighter jets at an airport.
If you press the alien, you can see the alien. The different modes.
This is an unusual spaceport. Let's get seated and turn things on.
Now, the cool thing about Neopix is you can do anything you want with color. So the front light is instead of white, it's green, and then the flames are blue because they don't use like red flames. They use blue flames.
I didn't even know about that feature with the alien. That's incredible.
And then the last one plays music. Whatever you have in the folder plays music. So the door just kind of swings open and shut. You want to try that one, Larkin?
Which one?
The one that says music.
All right.
Yeah. It's kind of dumb. I have it open and do the same sequence, but then it plays music when the door closes. Yeah, I don't think that track's actually on the commercial product because that's kind of a proprietary song. So I thought it'd be perfect to have that. But you could put your own song in there, you know.
Oh wait, what's the woman do? Oh, I gotta see this.
Oh yeah, she's kind of annoying. She's not annoying. She's just got to be saved.
Sure doesn't smell like roses in here. I need to light it.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Can someone save me?
No.
No.
So the fireman comes.
Oh, it has the fire engine and the sirens. That's hilarious.
They gotta put out the fire in her butt.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. And then the man one's the one that was just out there.
Yeah, the man ones. I mean, so like basically, like there's I don't know how many tracks there are for each. So basically, to change the mode, you press a few of the right and left buttons, and it says, "Hey, install the figure you want," and then it raises the figure out, and you just drop it in. It's just rack and pinion, and then it knows that you've got a different figure in there. So like, I was going to do like a dog, Santa Claus. I just haven't done any of those other versions, but yeah. Oh, then you can see Policeman Bill. I used ChatGPT for that kind of creepy picture.
Oh, I like your flyer for the fellow. We talked about that in the interview. You said someone thought he looked hot.
Yeah, someone said he looked hot.
But you know, these are really impressive. These feel like quality made by like a high-end company, like a multi-million-dollar company. Like
They're that good. They're incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I do make all my own figures now. I used to buy figures, but they were like, they were resin printed and they would break a lot, and I would have to. So like now I make all my own figures too, and I paint them, and it's kind of like, I like the painting. I like to use the analogy is kind of like doing needlepoint or whatever. It's very relaxing to paint like 20 figures at once. It's pretty easy to do, and it's like knitting or whatever. It's kind of relaxing to paint all the figures. And then they come to life. You put the eyes on them and stuff.
Okay, so we are approaching 9:30 here. So we're going to do what we did with when Thomas says trains on, and then we'll share if anyone has any ideas that they would like to see, like any animation ideas. So,
yes,
so
I'm trying to think of something. I know there is something.
I got something already.
All right, go for it, Will.
All right. I'm gonna try and order. I'm gonna try and move. I'm not gonna lie, gentlemen. I tweaked my back a little bit, so
that's
yeah.
not good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna sit in the chair. Okay, I'm just gonna sit.
Y'all 31 years old here.
I know. So okay, so I have a station, the MTH station. It was the big station, then it came with two little side stations on the side.
Yeah,
I think a product you can potentially start doing is animations with people, like with your little servo motors, like where you have a station platform and then you just like they wiggle, or I don't know if you can make people move from like left to right or anything like that. Like you have it's a carved out portion inside or on the platform, but you're actually seeing people move and stuff like that. You can put sounds like, ladies and gentlemen, so and so and so and so, train on platform 2, and then you can have like little people like, oh no, I'm gonna miss my train, and then the dude's just like running.
Like they run up to the train or
Yeah,
something.
they run up, or you have like a couple who are about to say goodbye, like, I'll only be gone a couple of days, like, okay, hurry back, or so, just cool stuff like that, right? Because I was looking at like the people wiggling, and I thought on my station, I was like, oh my gosh, that's kind of like a focal point like right now. And then you can just, because MTH did something way back when where they had a station platform that when you push a button, there's like a trapdoor that falls down and it looks like there's like a lot of people, but when the train leaves,
I used to have that. I know what you're talking about.
up like no one's there.
Yeah,
I think it flips up into the roof. Is how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I loved, when MTH came on the scene, I bought their Firehouse and their Sinclair station initially. I was so excited, that nobody was making cool accessories, and they made a lot of neat stuff. I mean, they did the McDonald's and the car wash and all those kind of things. Menards is doing some of that kind of animated stuff too. I mean, so like Chris's trains and things, when I was talking to him some years ago, he said, Jim, can you do a updating signboard for my station? But that's not really transitional because I don't think they had signboards back then. But how like the train come-in signboards that change?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like something you would see at Grand Central Station.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here.
That was kind of in the same category of station animation, that you're bringing up. I mean, what I was wanting to do potentially is like, I am an MTH dealer, so I can get this stuff relatively cheaply. I mean, I got all the trolleys for the Christmas stuff. I pre-ordered the full Vista Zone ones with the lights on it.
Okay.
And I've already opened it up, and there's plenty of room to put motors and stuff. So I'm hoping to have like a little moving Santa in the top with some kids and stuff, and then I'll play Christmas music. And then also the snowman car. I've already bought one of those, and I pre-ordered a bunch of them. The snowmen actually are just over a little LED, and they unscrew, and then the bases are just hot glued in, so I can use my heat gun, remove that, put my own servo motor mount base, so now the snowman won't turn. And then they'll sing Christmas songs to you. I don't know if you know which car I'm talking about.
I remember that one. We talked about that one at Jacksonville.
About the snowman? Well, yeah, that was my actual snowman car. That was basically bandstand in the Menards car. But this would actually be the snowmen. They have 3 snowmen on, and they kind of like they have a randomly blinking lights, but they would be NeoPixel controlled and computer controlled, and they would turn. So they would talk to you, and they'd say, "Hey, I'm Frosty. What do you think?" and stuff like that. And then they would start singing to you, and the lights would coordinate with their singing and stuff. I plan to have that out in the fall. I pre-ordered those. I pre-ordered the Vista Dome car. What else? What other car? Oh, and I pre-ordered some new trolleys. Did you know the MTH trolleys that are kind of maroon and black? They're basically match Polar Express colors. I didn't even realize that when I pre-ordered them. I have 2 of those left, and that's it. But the ones in the Christmas will be red, green, and white, the normal colors. Yes,
all right. So, all right, Dan, you're up.
I mean, at least right now, I don't have an idea that speaks to me at least. But I'm sure there's something I'll mention to him at some point.
All right. Cody, you had something?
I did. Well, I don't know if it's going to be able to be made into maybe like an accessory, but like, the speakers are a really cool idea, and I like how you can link them up to play certain. I'm pretty sure, Jen, you said you can link them up to play different sounds at once, or you can dilate them so you hear a sound over here, but this might be 10, 15 feet away, and it plays a totally different sound at the time. You can hook them up. I was thinking like an airport scene, because on what I plan on doing, whenever I get my layout, whenever I get some place to get to it, I want to make a naval air station,
Nice.
either in World War II all the way up to the 1980s. I like to do that. So for my railroad, so I was thinking, having either prop planes fly by, and transitioning to jets. I think that would be kind of cool, with potentially San Francisco Harbor in the background. So
yeah, anything's possible with Raspberry Pis or computers these days. I met a person who does military dioramas, and you could do like a battle scene where there'd be gunshots and people like raising their rifles on one side and speakers in different places. There's all sorts. I mean, it's endless. I mean, basically what I found, it's endless what I can do with animations. When I saw the Carrera Go cars and I realized they were 143, I'm like, I got to play around with it. I don't know if it's not really high rail, but it's a lot of fun. So like
I'm 3D printing right now. I'm 3D printing currently some, F6F Hellcats. Of course I am.
Nice.
I'm printing out some Panthers, some F9F Panthers, and hopefully within next week I'll be starting printing out some F14 Tomcats for my 80s era that I wanted to have the naval base be. That'd be like, yeah.
What kind of printer are you using?
I'm using a Bamboo Labs. Oh gosh, I think it's a P1S.
I know it's a shelf is plugged for Bamboo, but I have 5 of them.
Bamboos are so awesome.
And I've had this business for 3 years. I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't had a single issue.
Okay, yeah.
The 3D printers came out, and
Dan can
go. 3D printers came out.
Go ahead, Dan.
So, I've got a wild idea. I don't know if you've done something like this before. Is you take maybe an old some old scale locomotive, and you gut most of the electronics, and you somehow make it to where the boiler explodes. Like it goes into a sequence of where it's about to explode. It's probably kind of crazy, but just that's kind of the only thought I really thought of, honestly.
It's
I don't know
not
what your thoughts on that.
crazy, Dan. When I was at Rocky Mountain showing Policeman Bill, they were like, one of the guys that came up and said, "Oh, I like your piece in Bill, but can you have like a crash scene instead, where the ambulance comes up and there's already cars crashed or whatever?" Like it's kind of similar, explosion. I wanted to do an explosion where you blow up a hill or blow up a bank. You like the doors fly open on the bank and then like robbers run out or whatever. I don't know. I mean,
the type of explosion I'm talking about is like a boiler explosion, where the one I think of is where basically, let's say like the front smoke box door, like kind of like it just kind of flies off and you see all like the flues just fly out.
Well, that would be really easy to do with like some black rods or whatever. Like imagine like fiber optics but not clear, and you just have them push out of holes in the boilerplate, and it would just look just like it should.
Because like
you can even have them on flames or whatever. Maybe.
Well, because like the other thing I was thinking is that you could still have it like work maybe as a conventional locomotive, to where you have a speaker still in the tender where it plays all the sounds and whatnot, and then once you start that sequence, it kind of goes from there. If you know how a boiler explosion works, so you could still basically make it operational, but like the main stuff is really just that boiler explosion sequence.
So if you have like the what do they call smoke box cover or whatever pop off, and then you just have these rods come out, fibers, like
a little ejection port type of mechanism that pushes the boilerplate off the housing, and the boilerplate is held on by magnets, but it's easy enough to where it pops off and then the flues fly out. That'd be cool. I mean, that's actually a really cool idea. Oh my God.
So like for example, the outhouse. I mean, I was going to have the walls go down and stuff like that. And I was talking to my brother about this. This is like a collab with me and my brother. He's like, Jim, if you just have the roof pop open, the door swing open quick, they get the impression that it exploded, and that's easy to close, whatever. You could just have it fold over the smoke box cover, whatever you call it.
Okay.
That's
Go
another
for it,
idea.
Will.
You could just have it swing. You could have it swing open. It's already on a hinge.
Yeah, we'll go for it with Will, and then Newt 1969 had one.
So I'm still stuck on the tornado. I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about how it's been.
I don't know. I don't know if we weren't on the stream yet, but you probably have all seen the tornado on Instagram. That is a meme.
That thing?
Everybody makes jokes about it, and I wanted to do a tornado, and I saw that. I'm like, oh no, you did it exactly.
I have an idea for a product. So and you can also incorporate it with your lightning potentially. Okay. So are you going to have a swirling funnel vortex tornado? No.
I was thinking of it, but
so
that's what about that video, and I thought, oh, everybody's make jokes about this
project thing. I need to still kind of think about how to do the tornado, but hopefully we've all seen Twister.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
What if you made an O, and it's going to be small because it's O scale, but what if you made an O scale Dorothy, and then you have
yeah! Oh my God! Let's go.
Wait. You have the door pop off, and then you have servo motors that just put up like the little things. And then you can kind of link that in with the lightning because you have like the.
What things are you talking about? I was thinking of.
Oh, you have not seen the movie.
Like on a rope.
Oh, you've not seen Twister?
Oh, yeah, I've seen Twister. I mean,
okay.
We're talking about the F5 at the end of the movie.
Yeah. So Dorothy has this. It's a fictional type of weather apparatus that measures tornadoes, but what it is, it's a cylindrical tube. It has a top, and then out comes all these like little sensors that measure how the tornado and everything. But you can coordinate to where you have your lightning and you push like tornado feature, and then it starts doing like whistling wind, like, and then you can have a tornado siren, like just craziness, right? And then on the side, you have Dorothy, and it opens up, and then in a servo motor comes out all like the little sensors, and then it comes back in, and then the thing closes. Something like that.
It's very easy, yeah.
It's crazy to think about, but I would purchase that in a second. That would be incredible.
Something tells me this man can do just about anything.
Yeah.
Especially with the technology of today. All right. So Newt asks, ever thinking of making a Solari board, Jim?
I'm not as sure what that is. What's a Solari?
I don't know either.
I don't know.
What is that?
I guess you could type it in the internet.
Oh my gosh! See,
let's look it up.
There he goes again. Get comfortable, Grandpa Will. That's why I turned off my screen, because I didn't want you guys to see that me getting up.
Solari board.
I'm gonna, after this, Jim, I'm gonna send you some videos of that Dorothy thing, because
I know what it is. So it's so what it is think of like that what is it? It's kind of like a digitized electronic train board, like where it basically tells you what train is going from one place to another, and it tells you like the times or whatever.
Yeah, it's a flipping thing.
Kind of. I was gonna say what I can do.
I'm already looking up Twisters on Peacock.
Well, Will, when you brought up that Twister thing, you're talking about Dorothy. I was thinking about Dorothy's house just lowering out of the sky as a
Oh,
and it would be like HO scale,
even bigger,
off in the distance on a hill or something like that. And I thought that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Here we go.
But so like the lightning, basically everything is a module, so to speak. That's why the lightning bolts go off different than the lightning bars, etc. But I was planning on doing like aliens and like an F-18 fighting each other and shooting each other and stuff like that, or Santa Claus in the sky, or Witch. But when I came up with the new NeoPixel servo driver or Pico drivers, I can make it run motors. I can do all sorts of stuff. I mean, and you just plug it in series with everything else. and it just powers itself. You might have to have a separate power for the motors because they take a lot of current versus the 5 volts, but it just basically would talk to them all. You just plug them in series.
I'm watching Twisters right now, and I'm just like thinking of that idea with Dorothy and getting your like lightning and stuff like. So I'm gonna show it real quick, not to avoid like a quick copyright, but like doing something like that, like real quick, where you have like your lightning, like that's dang. I also love that you're just like, yeah, we can do that.
We can do that.
We can do that.
I mean, a lot of products came up. Like for example, when the outhouse came up, my friend Chip, he'll be at the show with me. He's like, "Don't do the outhouse. That's kind of like rude." I'm like, "You don't understand train people." And so I asked everybody, and everybody laughed at it. So I thought that's going to be a good product.
All right, Dan.
So here's what a Solari board is.
Oh, okay. It didn't seem like as if it was like humorous. So okay, that's actually a good idea.
You could probably do that with video and get the same. You could get the look like that.
That works too.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of interesting to have on a layout somewhere. You'll have it like posted somewhere along the station, and then you just see like a high res video of it just like flipping through different stations and times and all that sort of fun stuff.
Yeah, we clearly are not on the northeast coast because this would have made sense if you were like in the northeast quarter, but for anyone that's not, Solari board would have been like no. Those are the ones that kind of just are like constantly flip, and then
kind of yeah. And then there's a couple other different ones too, but that's just kind of like a general example of what Newt was talking about, where it just kind of flips through different, letters, words.
Billboard kind of does that, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's similar, though. It only goes through like a certain amount of station names, if I remember.
Yeah, I think it only has 3 sides or something like that, 4 sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a Solari board.
Okay. Yeah. But well, hey, listen. So I think we'll probably go ahead and wrap it up early here. So no, this was a really good episode, Jim. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your evening to show us your work. And
Sure.
for those that are tuning in and those that are. Everyone that counts are on the northeast.
I'll be at York
Everyone that counts.
Week. So I'm in the Orange Hall in the middle, basically E7. If anybody is there, wants to visit, say hi.
Go say hi. He's incredible to talk to. Buy his products. They are the best.
Oh, yeah. So, all right, here. So I will go ahead and sign us out. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in for the Trains of Lark show for April. We will see you next month. More information will be coming as for what May's episode will lie. Until next time. Apparently, I can't talk tonight. Until next time.
Come on, Lark.
Until next time, thank you guys for tuning in and have a wonderful rest of your evening.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?